It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the E-Commerce Minute for March 23rd, 2018.
In today's episode, couple gets dozens of unwanted Amazon orders.
Imagine opening your door and seeing box after box of Amazon orders on your step, except you haven't ordered any of it. That's what happened to Boston couple Michael and Kelly Gallivan. For 5 months, the couples received box after box, all from China, and which have so far included everything from Bluetooth speakers and humidifiers to phone chargers and flashlights. Well, this may sound like a great thing. Who doesn't like free stuff? It pretty much weirded them out, and they just wanted it to stop. And this is where the challenge began. After a few weeks of a flood of goods arriving at their doorstep, they worried that they might have to pay for all the unwanted goods. There were no sender address or invoice slips with the packages, making them difficult to trace and impossible to return. Amazon asked the husband Mike for order numbers, but of course he didn't have it because he didn't order the stuff. All Amazon would say with any certainty was that all the items were ordered using gift cards. Amazon told us to send them back to the distribution center in Lexington, Kentucky. But by that time, we'd received a lot more of these things, and it became kind of like, this is ridiculous trying to carry that plan out, Mike told the BBC on Sunday, February 11th. Desperately seeking a solution, Mike did what most of us would do. He checked the Googles. When entering the phrase unordered packages from Amazon, several articles showed up describing a practice known as brushing. Here's how the scam works. Brushing enables an online seller to submit positive reviews for their own products via fake accounts. Hiding behind one of the fake accounts, the online seller, or most likely a brushing firm hired by the seller, goes through the usual process of searching for an item on Amazon or another e-commerce site before making a purchase. This, quote, normal activity makes it harder for Amazon to identify the account as fake, and so the company fails to spot the bogus reviews. In many cases, the review will be for an item of higher value than the one that was sent out. Mike thinks his information may have been compromised when he ordered an item online from China last spring. So why send free stuff to the U.S.? According to Forbes, this has to do with subsidized postage rates offered by the U.S. Postal Service that make it cheaper for Chinese sellers to send overseas rather than domestically. Mike says the free stuff has since stopped showing up at his door, most likely due to the international attention that's been given to this story. Have you gotten free stuff from Amazon? Let us know.
You don't want free stuff from Amazon?
I'll take some free stuff.
I mean, I'll just sell it.
It would just resell. There was another woman. I found another story about this. Same exact thing happened, but she wasn't getting flashlights. She ordered like some kind of hair clip. And then after that, she was getting dozens of hair clips. She says she got so many hair clips, she went up throwing them in the trash.
Wow.
She couldn't make it stop. She had so many hair clips coming in. They were all, and they weren't, and it was the same instance where it wasn't a good hair clip she was getting. She was getting the subpar, like 3 levels down hair clip.
Interesting. That is weird. Like,
it's weird because think about the money that it costs, but I guess it's just part of cost of doing business. I mean,
yeah, but how are they? That's so weird. How are they scamming the money? This is what I don't understand.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. The stuff is being paid for, so somebody is paying for this. Now, if Amazon says it's coming through gift cards, someone has to buy the gift card. It's kind of hard to steal an online gift card, so somebody is paying for this. So I would imagine that the Chinese seller says, look, it's worth it for me to hire a brushing firm. Brushing firm, listen, I'm going to give you $500 worth of goods. Do what you got to do. Just get me some good reviews on Amazon.
Oh, right. But also, here's how they're probably doing it, too, is like, maybe they're not stealing the gift cards. Maybe the gift cards are just there, but what I was thinking,
I would think Amazon would flag something like that.
What I'm thinking is like if they're stealing gift cards, right? They're just buying crappy goods and sending them and making them real, right? And then you're just taking the money from the gift cards. But I guess that makes sense for the review stuff, huh?
It's
crazy. Crappy stuff, but the reviews are left on the good stuff.
But right, so basically, it shows that someone has looked around for some LED flashlights, and then it says, "Oh, this TAC 5 LED flashlight is a great flashlight," and then they actually have ordered the subpar one that's not as good as the one that was reviewed. And the cost of doing business is you're shipping from China, and it's probably coming from the manufacturer. So the manufacturer or whoever the seller is getting it for far less than what the listed price is on Amazon. So you're basically getting almost free shipping to ship a good that costs a
Right.
20th of what they actually charge on Amazon.
And the cost of doing business is probably like, a quarter to the brushing firm, a quarter to pay for it.
Correct.
It's like advertising, but like
correct. It's an advertising. It's an advertising cost. We look at it as, oh my God, they're shipping all these goods for free, but they're not paying $40 for the humidifier. They're paying for, $3 for it.
Right. Interesting.
Pretty crazy. But when you look at it this way, it's can you imagine you're just every day you're like, okay, there's another $5.
I don't.
All right.
Okay.
There's some more boxes.
And they probably just randomly picked a dress and it just goes through it.
Right. So from both stories that I've read, their information was somehow fished from an order that was placed. This other woman, I don't have her first name. Her last name is McGee, and
it's like from a real thing or something.
It was something from. She placed legitimate orders on Alibaba, on AliExpress, and they basically scraped her ID and created a fake profile for her, but it wasn't her. It was whoever's the brushing company was, and so she started receiving like hundreds of hair clips.
Wow.
What the Forbes article points out is that they have the Chinese e-packet. It costs them nothing to ship over here, which I'm guessing is they probably just it goes in a container and just comes over, and it's cost them nothing. It's crazy. So let's file this under things we didn't know about. It's called brushing, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been a victim or
a brushing accident.
If you've been a victim of a brushing accident, please call our lawyers at 555-1212. If you've been a victim or if you've benefited from brushing, we would love to hear from you. We'd love to hear if anybody has similar experiences.
I'm sorry, I'm just a victim. Now in my head, I have, maybe we should make a graphic like this in our show notes, is like the clean sweepers on the street. I'm sorry, guys. This is it just went off the rail.
Yeah, this is a weird one. All right, you got anything else?
Just keep on brushing.
Keep on brushing. All right, that's E-commerce Minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. Brushing accident. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the E-commerce Minute on your Amazon device. Just add E-commerce Minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.